Privileged access management is one of the most difficult things that IT teams are facing today. Not only do you have various ways that access is granted, there's a growing number of ways, in fact, you're still contending with groups and group membership management. Now, if you can't automate group membership management, then you need some way to control who's allowed to be in privileged groups or not allowed to be in those same groups. And so Chaosoft has provided privileged group management for both your hybrid groups in Active Directory on-premise and your cloud-only groups in Azure Active Directory. So let me go through a quick demonstration here. So I've already configured this on the back end for one specific group, the server management group on-premise. I'll go ahead and search for that group. You'll see I get several back, and here's the server management group. So I'll go ahead and on the right select the membership. Now, I have configured this group to have several things happen. When I go to add a user, I'll simply click at the top. We'll look for anybody named Jimmy. There's one Jimmy in particular I'm looking for. Here he is, Jimmy Buffett. He's the help desk manager. He is certainly allowed to be in this group as a manager and part of the IT team. So I'll go ahead and select Jimmy. No problem. So not only did I check to make sure Jimmy was an eligible candidate for the group, he met the criteria, which I've defined elsewhere. I've also made it so that Jimmy can only be in there for 1 hour without additional approval. Now let's try to add somebody who doesn't meet the candidate criteria. So I have some genius that says, hey, I need to be in that group. So help desk ticket goes through. The help desk simply selects that particular user. They do the selection. All right, so here we go. Again, 1 hour only without approval for extension or to be made a permanent member. So I'll go ahead and attempt to update this. And you'll see it gives me a note at the bottom that Albert Einstein is not an eligible member because that individual did not meet the criteria. So my only recourse here is to actually remove Albert and leave the two that are allowed because they met the eligibility requirements, either that they had the correct department or they had some other parameter on their account or their identity that allowed them to be in that group. Now maybe I want to adjust when Jimmy actually enters the group. So here I have edit start and end date time. So I'm putting in Jimmy immediately, and then after 1 hour, I'm going to remove Jimmy. Let's say Jimmy doesn't need this right away. Jimmy actually is going to need this group membership 2 hours from now. So it's right about 6:30 a.m. So in 2 hours, Jimmy will be put in the group, and then we'll remain in that group for 2 hours. Now I can also adjust this. Maybe Jimmy needs 6 hours in that group. Or maybe I want to start on a particular time, a date and time, and then have Jimmy put in. So I could maybe target this time entry or this temporal membership for a change window. I just simply click update. Okay, so this group is enforcing maximum membership time of 1 hour. So without approval, I would have to only allow Jimmy to be in there for an hour. So in 2 hours, Jimmy would be placed in the group for 1 hour. And you see I had a control that would make sure that that happens. We'll go ahead and click update. I'll go ahead and click update. And what you will see is that Jimmy is automatically added to that group or will be in 2 hours and then automatically removed from that group in 2 hours.